Hello everyone, I'm Helena Unga, and today I'm going to tell you what project leadership is. Also, what tasks a project manager should perform to lead a project team and achieve the project goals. As an introduction, I have brought along a quote from Lao Tzu: to lead people, walk behind them. Leadership in a project consists above all of helping project team members to unfold their full potential. Leadership in a project means motivating team members without disciplinary power to work together on the project goal in order to achieve it in the specified time, with the specified budget, and in the desired quality. Effective leadership creates a framework for each team member to make a contribution to the whole, to focus on a few essentials, and to utilize existing strengths. Mutual trust enables positive and constructive thinking. In order to lead the project to success, the project manager should provide goals, organize the project team and stakeholders, make decisions, and control the project processes and the environment. In this video, we focus on one essential factor for this to work: motivated people. This chapter is dedicated to the task of developing and encouraging people. Since the project manager has to fulfill many different tasks, he or she should also have a certain profile. The project manager should therefore be an all-rounder, because in order to bring a project to a successful conclusion, they not only need technical expertise, but also leadership skills. Social skills are also very important, as these also influence the ability to motivate and assert oneself. Project managers should also have a certain amount of initiative and think creatively as well as economically and entrepreneurially. The basis for a functional project team is the right approach to selecting team members. In the short project setup phase, the project manager should ask the question, who can do this, instead of how can this be done? An effective project team consists of people who are able and willing to take responsibility for solving the problem that is relevant to the project. In addition to technical expertise, interpersonal skills should not be overlooked. The task of selecting team members so that the team can work together harmoniously is often a major challenge for the project manager. It is not enough to simply assemble all the necessary technical expertise in the team. An essential condition for an effective and motivated team is the correct distribution of tasks and areas of responsibility. In this aspect, too, it is important to consider not only the technical skills, but also the development goals, ambitions, and possibly the social temperament of the relevant team members. A team is a living organism and has its own group dynamics. The project manager should not ignore these changes, including employee development. Motivating team members is one of the most important factors for a successful project. Personal development should be consciously encouraged. A sure instinct is required when assigning tasks and decision-making powers to employees. The maturity level of employees should be taken into account. The complexity of the tasks should grow in line with the professional development and the initiative shown during the project, and be rewarded with increased decision-making authority. For the motivation of experienced employees and the further development of those who are not yet so experienced, the transfer of real responsibility for results, that is, including the corresponding decision-making authority, is elementary. Team building is not a matter of course. Don't leave it to chance whether a team comes together or not. If at all possible, put together a pre-formed team. Why is this important? Let's take a look at Tuckman's stage model for team development. A team that works together also goes through the forming, storming, norming, and performing stages. Forming, the orientation stage in which the group members get to know each other. Much is unclear, performance is limited, people are fixated on the leader. Questions such as, what should I do, or where do I stand, are asked. In this stage, managers should provide security and orientation, point out tasks, give clear instructions, and regularly check the work results. Storming, the stage in which the goals become increasingly clear. There are differing opinions, a distribution of roles emerges, and the first power struggles arise. Managers should pay attention to discipline here, encourage conflict, but prevent attacks. Norming, the organizational stage in which clear structures and agreements are made. Important questions are, how can we achieve the goal? or how do we want to deal with each other. Performing, the integration stage in which self-organization comes to the fore. Teams become more creative and flexible in their approach. Questions are who has to do what, or how can we achieve the goal most effectively. Managers are now well advised to delegate tasks further, take a step back, and be open to innovation. This happens during a new project with new goals or when new framework conditions arise, but these stages are much shorter for a preformed team. It is very important for project managers to consciously register these stages and react with the appropriate means, for example, in the form of establishing a project structure. Most projects start with a core team. Additional employees join the project team during project implementation. It is important to know that every new project team member triggers the storming stage again. This means that the project manager should consciously register this and help the active team to stabilize again. The starting point for everything is trust in the project team members. That is, project management should always assume that they can do their work independently with good results and can and want to make a valuable contribution to the project. This trust not only gives the project team member responsibility for results, but also the necessary freedom and authority to make important decisions. Trust means avoiding micromanagement as a management style. Micromanagement with monitoring of individual steps along the way is a motivation killer. Instead, macromanagement. This means only specifying the goal, not the way to get there. It is crucial to manage employees according to their level of maturity. The goal should be ambitious and challenging, but achievable. Those who are not yet as experienced will be given smaller goals. Project management should promote a feedback culture. Control is achieved through substantive feedback that is prompt, specific, descriptive, and non-judgmental. In other words, praise positive results, constructively criticize shortcomings and incompleteness, and leave room for improvements and corrections. People are intrinsically motivated for the things that really matter to them. That is why the art of motivation lies in defining project goals in such a way that the project team members really identify with them. It is therefore essential that project team members are able to realize their own initiative and their own solutions, and are not only allowed to function according to management. The project manager should have a certain amount of initiative and think creatively, that is, have the ability to develop original ideas. At the same time, he should think economically and entrepreneurially, that is, have the ability to evaluate and implement these ideas in the project. Project management is the non-trivial art of harmoniously combining inspiration and pragmatism at the same time. Leadership means leading by example. Only those who are inspired themselves can inspire others. Only those who act pragmatically themselves can expect pragmatism. Finally, use the checklist to make sure you have considered everything before implementing the project. As project manager, you have been given the necessary freedom and authority to make important decisions. You have already set the expectations for everyone involved, and everyone is aware of their responsibilities. The deadline and budget framework have been defined and are known to everyone. All affected areas and decision makers are informed about the project and integrated into the project work as required. All project participants are backing the project and are aware of its importance. You have made a plan on how to measure progress and success, for example, with the target actual analysis. Possible risks and their solutions were discussed. There are possible alternative solutions in the event of conflicts or changes to the framework conditions. There is an existing financial plan in which reserves are also available. The accessories, materials, and tools for project implementation are defined and available. The project is documented in a way that everyone can understand, for example, in a manual. There is a communication concept, regular meetings and training sessions are scheduled, and if you have understood and implemented the chapter leading in the project correctly, then has each project team member been informed about their role and tasks? You and the entire team approach the project with positivity and motivation. The project staff have been introduced to each other and there is no personal tension. These were some important points that you should bear in mind when managing the project. Thank you for listening.